Okay, so another couple, obviously, that's in the news at the moment. We've got J.Lo and Ben. What are our thoughts of what went down there?
Do you know what? If any relationship would have worked, it would have worked from the beginning. Trying to, kind of like put in life to something dead, it will never happen. And I think the intention behind her going back to Ben is just fame and publicity.
You really think all she cares about is relevance? I'm going to get back with him because I'll get myself back in the headlines.
To be honest, I've read enough and kind of seen enough to really kind of form an idea about who J.Lo is, and she's not a nice person from what I've known. Unless I know her personally.
Enas.
Yeah, I don't think she is. Like, I've heard a lot of, stories about like, I'm going to mention spitting her assistant's hand, her chewing gum, or like speaking about the blood.
Bit of a diva.
Yeah, and people's like, where are you? She kind of like obsessed about being relative, and I think doesn't work for her at this time.
I think so. I think her rationale for being in that relationship is obviously to keep her name big, keep herself relevant, whereas Ben seems like someone that wants to be low-key. Obviously, he's a recovering alcoholic, probably wants to be left alone, and she's definitely leveraging that relationship a little bit. And they're in a world of showbiz marriage that kind of doesn't work at the best of times. He always does, but I think he always has looked a bit miserable.
Yeah.
I think you've just got a mismatch of personalities there. She's someone that's desperately trying to keep her relevancy going. Her music and everything else hasn't been the best couple of years for her. As an artist necessarily. No one's been blown away by her music or by her last film that she made as well. And she's obviously poured her own money into that. And I just think with the strains and stresses of that's probably not going to happen. He'll probably end up with someone who is not famous in any way, shape, form. He's tried two Jennifers, both of whom are in the limelight, hasn't worked out. It'll probably be of a very, very strong woman who's in the background that nobody knows, that can handle him in his high times and low times. Yeah. And I don't know what J.Lo's going to do. She might have to find someone else that is more famous
who might focus
to leverage that.
Being relative to people, share about, the vulnerability, and people will fall in love with her.
Yeah,
and
I think,
she have a good enough name to actually create from there, But God knows.
So let's call it before we wrap up. Do we think they're going to be third time lucky, or that's it?
Yeah, no.
No more J.Lo, Ben.
No more
Gone.
J.Lo, Ben.
Oh well.
I think he's just gonna run away as far as he can.
So we definitely think that relationship is totally gone.